On June 22, 1983, under what seemed like an ordinary late summer sky over Rome, a 15-year-old Vatican City teenager steps away from her flute lesson, just yards from the sacred walls of the Vatican. Her name is Emanuela Orlandi. She offers her classmates one last smile, tells her teacher she'll be taking the bus home, then vanishes into the evening mist. No one ever sees her enter her family's apartment, located within the very confines of the papal city. Her music bag, coat, and keys lie untouched on the bench outside the music school. She doesn't answer when her mother comes home, and she's never seen again. At first, her disappearance is chalked up to a teenage runaway, but that notion quickly unravels. Hours tick by, loved ones grow frantic, and the Italian police issue a missing person bulletin. Yet the dual jurisdictions and borders between Vatican City and Italy hamper the investigation. Emanuela's father, Ercole, an employee at the prefecture of the papal household, pleads his case endlessly, meeting with monsignors, magistrates, and intelligence officials. Her mother, Maria, retreats into silent anguish. Her older brother, 19-year-old Pietro, becomes the family's relentless voice, demanding answers. From the outset, the inquiry snarls in a web of unseen threads. The Institute for the Works of Religion, the Vatican Bank, the shadowy ledgers of Banco Ambrosiano, the discreet influence of Rome's Banda della Maliana, and foreign intelligence services. Revelations about Roberto Calvi, the so-called Banker of God, discovered hanging beneath a London bridge in 1982, cast doubt on the Vatican's financial integrity. Some claim Emanuela was held hostage to settle an astronomical debt. Darker rumors speak of ritual sacrifice or a prostitution ring implicating cardinals. Years later, a second girl, 16-year-old Mirella Gregori, disappears in the same Rome neighborhoods. The parallels in timing, location, and lack of leads shatter any remaining certainties. Two young lives entwined in a conspiracy too ominous to name. Italian authorities release a composite sketch and publish faded photographs. The national press whets the public's macabre curiosity. Anonymous letters signed SOS for Emanuela reach journalists claiming she's alive and demanding ransom or compromising documents, but each turns out to be a hoax. In the 2000s, the case resurfaces entwined with an unlikely conspiracy theory that a plot to discredit the Vatican during the Cold War led to her abduction. The most notorious link ties Mehmet Ali Acha, the man who shot Pope John Paul II in 1981, to Emanuela's kidnappers in a geopolitical blackmail scheme orchestrated by Bulgarian and Soviet agents. An East Berlin witness alleges seeing her in a KGB-marked van, but without hard evidence, the trail fades into rumor. Each spring, the Orlandi family clings to hope, an unmarked grave unearthed beneath Santa Maria Maggiore, bones exhumed from the Teutonic Cemetery, a secret confessional where a repentant priest's memories trickle out. Every time, forensic experts debunk the leads, animal remains, centuries-old burials, poorly substantiated gossip. Still, Pietro's persistence forces the Vatican to acknowledge publicly that a confidential dossier on his sister has sat in the pontifical archives for over 40 years. In 2023, under Pope Francis's orders, Vatican promoter of Justice Alessandro Didi opens a formal investigation. All files, letters, interrogation reports, phone records are meticulously reviewed. Specialized detectives dig into archives, question former cardinals, and probe the Vatican Bank's secret funds. Italy holds its breath. Could the truth, long buried beneath papal gilding, finally see the light? Yet, by June 2025, 42 years on, the shadows remain. No body, no definitive confession, no smoking gun document emerges. New theories arise: a hidden pregnancy and clandestine abortion, now discredited by Pietro. The Vatican insists it never withheld crucial information. The Orlandi family continues to demand the silence be broken. Emanuela Orlandi's story remains a prison without bars, its walls built of silence, secrets, and dark corridors where ecclesiastical power, Italian justice, and opaque influence networks intersect. As the world moves on and generations pass, her absence still haunts Rome's alleys. Why? How? Who took her? Until that empty niche is filled, the echo of her last breath will linger through the eternal city, reminding us that justice, no matter how delayed, cannot rest on a lie. On June 8, 2013, 79-year-old Dr. Hildegard Hendrickson departed Seattle to Mount Washington and arrived at the Minnow Creek Trailhead off Chihuahua River Road in the Okanogan-Wenatchee National Forest. She arrived by driving her green 2012 Ford Focus and parked at the trailhead early that morning. Dr. Hendrickson was a retired business professor from Seattle University's Albers School of Business and Economics, where she had taught from 1967 until her retirement in 1996. She was also an experienced mycologist with decades of foraging experience in Washington state forests. On June 8th, Dr. Hendrickson began a planned foraging trip into the forest, intending to collect edible mushrooms, particularly chanterelles. No further confirmed contact was made with her after her arrival at Minnow Creek. On June 11th, a fellow mushroom forager noted that her vehicle remained parked at the trailhead and notified the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. That same day, search and rescue operations commenced, deploying 8 canine units and more than 50 ground searchers. Aerial overflights by helicopter were also conducted. Search efforts continued daily through June 17, 2013. Ground teams performed grid searches of trail networks, ravines, and creek banks, while canine teams attempted to detect any human scent beyond the trailhead. Aerial teams scanned tree canopies and open clearings. Despite these efforts, no confirmed sighting of Dr. Hendrickson was recorded, and no personal items beyond her vehicle were recovered. At the conclusion of the organized search on June 17th, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office formally suspended operations. The case was entered into the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System under the identifier MP23131. The missing person file for Dr. Hendrickson includes her age, physical description, clothing worn on the day of disappearance, and vehicle details. Investigators reviewed weather data for June 8th and confirmed that conditions were clear, with no significant precipitation or flooding events reported in the area. No evidence of foul play, animal attack, or accidental injury was documented in official search reports or communications by law enforcement. After the suspension of the official search, local volunteers organized informal search parties, focusing on less accessible drainages, logging roads, and off-trail areas. These volunteer searches did not produce additional evidence. Law enforcement continued to monitor tips and reports, including unverified campsite locations and potential vehicle sightings, but none resulted in further leads. Dr. Hendrickson's professional history is documented in the records of Seattle University and the Puget Sound Mycological Society. She co-founded the Evening MBA program at Seattle University in 1967 and served as a faculty member there until 1996. Her contributions to mycology are noted by her participation in regional foraging groups, where she led field trips and identified fungal species for educational purposes. The Puget Sound Mycological Society acknowledges Dr. Hendrickson's disappearance each year on June 8th with a brief statement on their website and by leaving a bouquet of chanterelles at a designated memorial location. Law enforcement status updates describe the case as open but inactive, pending credible new evidence. As of the current date, no remains or personal effects have been recovered, and Dr. Hendrickson's whereabouts remain unknown. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office continues to accept new information under case MP23131, and the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System maintains her profile. The circumstances of her disappearance remain under review, but without new facts or confirmed discoveries, the case status remains unsolved. These represent all verifiable facts known about Dr. Hendrickson's disappearance. No additional speculative or anecdotal information is included, and all details are based on official search records, law enforcement reports, and documented organizational statements.